What's going on, family? I'm Scrapbookboxing, Museum of the Forgotten Fisticuffs series. 100 years of World Championship fights will continue. We're looking at Thomas the Hitman Hearns and Wilfred Benitez. We'll get it on in defense of the Junior Middleweight Championship bout. Now, Wilfred Benitez took the title away from Maurice Hope with a beautiful straight punch knockout. Let's take a look at this fight between Thomas the Hitman Hearns and Wilfred Benitez. Woo!
Believe it or not, I was told by someone today. And here's the game right here, Larry. Yeah, we're seeing a junior middleweight face-off here. It's an in-your-face face-off. Well, I don't know who's going to win this one. This one is a draw. Yeah, the crowd loves this. I would laugh. You see, that's why I'm not there.
The scene was the Superdome in New Orleans. At stake, the WBC Super Welterweight Championship held by Wilfred Benitez, the 23-year-old from Puerto Rico who has held 3 world titles and was making his 3rd title defense against the former WBA welterweight champion Thomas Hearns of Detroit, who is attempting to win a 2nd title. Both fighters hold one thing in common. Their only previous loss was to Sugar Ray Leonard. We pick up the action in round 4. Our commentator at ringside that night was Chris Schenkel.
And here's the 4th round at the Superdome in New Orleans in the scheduled 15-round WBC Super Welterweight title fight between tall, lanky Thomas Hearns in white and the defending champion Wilfred Benitez, a moving target. Hearns has dominated the fight thus far, relying on his boxing skill. Boxing skill that has been improved since his last fight. Benitez has been bobbing and weaving, using his foot speed to stay out of range. Hearns, however, has landed more punches. He's missed, but he's landed.
Now, this fight took place December 3rd, 1982. Thomas Hearns would defeat Wilfred Benitez in 15 rounds to win the WBC Junior Middleweight Championship crown. With 12,000 spectators in the crowd. Now, there was an issue with this fight. Originally, promoter Harold Smith was found guilty of all charges
By Benitez.
because it was a fraud case of him with $21.3 million he was allegedly involved with Wells Fargo's bank.
Will he take it to Thomas?
And that broke up a card that could have been one of the greatest cards in the 1980s. Yeah, Jerry Cooney versus Ken Norton. Thomas Hearns and Wilfred Benitez
Halfway point now.
will be for the WBA Junior Welterweight Championship belt. We'll also have Mike Ayala versus Wilfredo Gomez, Matthew Saad Muhammad, Eddie Mustafa Muhammad will fight for the WBA WBC Light Heavyweight Championship crown unification. That card was broken up because of the alleged allegations from Harold Smith. Now, Wilfred Benitez was 24 years old. He weighed 154 pounds, had a 70-inch reach. Thomas Hearns was 24 years old. He was 6'1", weighed 154 pounds, and had a 78-inch reach. This was a ring classic. Let's take a look at the bout that took place December 3rd, 1982.
Just sticking that chin out there. It's there, but to find it is something else. 10 seconds, round 4. Oh, 1 point. Taken away from Thomas Hearns after a caution. This time he was sort of pulling Benitez's head down. Personally, I think it was a very quick decision on the part of the referee. Let's replay it from another angle. Watch Hearns moving in on Benitez. Benitez dunking in. And as if he remembered the earlier caution, Hearns releases him. Nevertheless, the penalty point stands. So the question now is, how much will this affect the concentration of Hearns? And across the ring, unconcerned, Wilfred Benitez. But he must remember he cannot win this fight on penalty points. He's got to do more with his fists. Now this is the 5th round, scheduled for 15. No heavy punches have been landed. A lot of maneuvering. A lot of boxing skills being shown.
Now this fight is for the WBC Super Welterweight Championship crown.
More often, but it's a moving target that he's trying to.
Benitez took this title away from Maurice Hope.
Left hooks, trying to get inside. And he does. Raise the chin, the bearded chin of Thomas Hearns. Benitez beginning to peekaboo a little bit.
He would be making his 3rd title defense against this belt.
Be careful. Remember, in the last round, the 4th, a point. Penalty point taken from Thomas Hearns, so it became, with Hearns winning the round, a 9-9 even round in our judgment. But the judgment that counts is that of the 3 officials, the judges, Tony Castellano, Lou Filippo, and Dick Young. The Mexican referee does not score the fight. No knockdowns, neither fighter marked. In the manly art of self-defense thus far. Good stiff jab, forcing the head back of Hearns. Midway point now reached in the 5th. And in this very intriguing tactical bout, there has not been a lot of effective punches landed. The reason for it? Well, we have to pay tribute to both boxers. Their boxing skill is evident throughout. Benitez, a phantom target. Hearns using his speed, his long reach. 2 styles like this, well, it's not necessarily a crowd-pleasing brawl. Now Hearns trying to just short it. Here's a beauty. And something other than his feet touched the canvas, and that's right, the referee. He was in there beautifully. His hands were on the deck. That's a knockdown, taking the mandatory 8 count.
So Hearns got his point back.
And he was stunned. His eyes are a little bit roulette wheeling right now. He caught 2. One was short, and just as we said it, one fairly flush. But Benitez is hard to discourage. It took Leonard all of 15 rounds except 6 seconds. Bell in a moment. Finding the mark, partially at least. And Wilfred Benitez was stunned by that shot.
Hearns could have had another point taken away.
6th round underway. This is a huge ring for these super welterweights, 22 by 22. The Mexican referee is using more of it than the fighters. Look at him move around on the far side.
Oh, beautiful triple left hook thrown by Thomas the Hitman Hearns.
After scoring that knockdown in the previous round. And here is Benitez. One of his trademarks is to work the ropes to try to get Hearns to open up so he can counterpunch. Still having trouble solving the riddle of Thomas Hearns. Wilfred Benitez. He's just telegraphing punches now. He's not throwing them. He's just pushing them out there. He is aware that Hearns can hit. Combination by Hearns. These are super welterweights, and they are fast. Fast hands. both of them. One knockdown. That was in the last round, taking the mandatory 8 count. And Benitez gets caught again. Benitez. He could now be in trouble, and Hearns could punch himself out, too. The referee is certainly quick to come in and break up a clinch. Coming up to the 1 minute mark of this, the fastest pace round thus far, the 6th. Benitez is just great at falling inside many of Hearns' punches. Now a lot of red areas around the face of Benitez. Not looking as composed as he was in the first 4 rounds, as we're in the 6th with a half minute to go. Hearns standing still. Benitez would love to move forward, but when he does, that's what happens. Gets hit. Good body movement by Hearns. Benitez is hurt.
Hearns ran out of time.
Acknowledged that it was some good punching by Hearns. But in no serious trouble as he comes back to his corner now. Wilfred Benitez. And here now is the 9th round in New Orleans. The champion Benitez in the black trunks. Thomas Hearns, the challenger, in the white trunks. In that last round, the 8th, Benitez changed tactics. Instead of counter-punching and waiting, he started to move forward. And at the end of the round, he had Hearns backing up a bit and circling more to Benitez's left. But he's going to have to do a lot more because Thomas Hearns has dominated this bout from the start. Benitez beginning to lunge a little bit more, and there, the top of Benitez's head hits the chin of Hearns, and the referee, Mayron, cautions Hearns. Can't believe it. Just as I couldn't believe the penalty point assessed against Hearns in the 4th round for holding. Good right hand by Benitez. Benitez keeps circling now, and Hearns keeps waiting to throw that left jab and then the right. But unnatural it is for Benitez to move forward. He's the type of fighter that, from the beginning, has been a counter-puncher. He just can't get within range of Thomas Hearns' long arms. What a physical advantage that is. And also a brilliant left jab. Like a game of chess here in this 22-foot square ring in New Orleans. Searching for the body as a target. Wise strategy move, we believe. Earlier, boxing started in this city in 1891. Sullivan and Corbett in 82. Down on the seat of his pants. Was it a knockdown? Looked to me like he got off balance, but it is ruled a knockdown. Tommy
Benitez gets his point back. Amazing.
Well, the referee Octavio Mayron is from Mexico. Now he comes over to talk to the three judges, and it appeared to me that Tom Hearns, let's see the replay, leads with the left jab. A punch high on the forehead. Another jab by Hearns. That was strictly off balance.
Yeah, Hearns was definitely off balance in that sequence.
No knockdown, just one of those bad decisions by the referee. But it is scored a knockdown. And that doesn't help Hearns as we go down the stretch now. That was the 9th round as we await the start of the 10th. Can't believe that. Well, anyway. Stamina, condition. They haven't thrown that many punches, but there is a great deal of pressure in this championship bout. Almost as much pressure as they each had when they went against Sugar Ray Leonard. Maybe more, because future bouts with Marvin Hagler would seem to generate a great deal of income for the winner of this bout. Legitimately, down in the 5th round was Benitez. 3rd in the 6th. Really get confidence. I think he's lacked some coming up to this point. Tommy Hearns has gone 10 rounds 4 times. By Benitez. Hearns tries a 1-2. Left hook to the body had to hurt. Another one. Another. Benitez fights back. First time we've had a toe-to-toe exchange here. Both fighters being tagged, but hard. This is the 10th round at the halfway point. And now Benitez is having to take Hearns' best shots. 20 to go. Both breathing heavily now. The best action. See Benitez pick off punches with his gloves. That's just beautiful defense. Now 50 seconds left in the 10th. Hearns motions to Benitez to come forward. Beckons him, which is upsetting the referee, who now agrees with Hearns. Pick up the action, the pace he set. Throwing caution to the wind, Benitez got by with it by lunging in. Again, Benitez trying to be lured into a trap by Hearns, or is Hearns tiring? 5 seconds. They're going to rest.
And the fight reverted to a tactical battle with little sustained scoring in rounds 11 through 14. Benitez remained at a loss to solve the problem presented by Hearns' style, and most ringside observers had Benitez well behind in the scoring going into the final round. And here is that final round.
For this man, 24-year-old Thomas Hearns, it's a new experience. He's awaiting the start of the 15th and final round in this another championship bout. It's his 3rd fight this year. He has had some frustrating moments against the champion, Wilfred Benitez, who has some swollen area around his face, been knocked down once, hurt in another round, point taken away from Hearns in the 4th, and then ruled a knockdown against him in the 9th round. So the 3 judges really are the men that will tell us who the victor will be, except if Hearns can get across one of his knockout punches. Benitez just landed a good right hand, one of his best. On the side of the face. Good jab by Benitez. He's changing now, the jabs. This is it. 15th round. One of the stiff jabs thrown by Hearns, snapping the head back of Benitez. But he's in shape. He's had to be. Oh, how time slips away. About a minute already gone here in the final round. This is not the time to be cautious. Minute 45 left in the bout. Punches of Benitez, which is a little surprising. 26 knockouts, Benitez. Well, Hearns 32 knockouts and 34 wins. You'd think he'd be going for here. Maybe he doesn't have enough left. It's a tiring bout. They've covered a lot of ground in this huge ring, the massive Superdome. Only a minute left in the fight. You must remember at this stage of the bout, they are both tired. Trying to make it look good. Win the nod of the three judges. How important this last round could be. Hearns now backpedaling. Trying to stay away. The aggressive Benitez has 40 seconds. So does Hearns.
Hi family, Scrapbookboxing, Museum of the Forgotten Fisticuffs series. All great fights and all great fighters will never be forgotten on my channel. 100 years of World Championship fights. We just took a look at Wilfred Benitez, Thomas the Hitman Hearns, Junior Middleweight Championship crown, WBC. Hearns will become a new champion. This was Benitez's third title defense.
Seconds. Good right hand by Hearns, but too late.
This fight took place in New Orleans, Louisiana.
New Orleans that night. The scoring was done by three judges on a 10-point must system. Young 146-137, Tony Castellano 144-139. Judge Lou Filippo had it 142-142, a draw. So by majority decision, Thomas Hearns was crowned the new WBC World Super Welterweight Champion. Hearns had injured his right hand in that championship bout, and since that night in New Orleans, he has had his right hand examined by doctors who said the problem was a separation of two bones in his right hand.
Hearns had to pass up a fight with Marvin Hagler because of his pinky toe.
Until the 1st of March.
Wilfred Benitez here with Tommy Hearns. Wilfred, how good of a fight did Tommy Hearns fight?
You know, what I can say is this. That fought tonight, then when I was over the gymnasium, but I don't care of that. If I came here to fight, I fought Tommy Hearns. But if he won, so what I can say.
Thank you very much, Wilfred.
Probably next time I will be there. But for me, God bless your time.
All right, Tommy. Tommy, I think the real question now is... The real question now is whether I can get this question in through all this chaos here. Tommy, is this a vindication finally after the Ray Leonard fight for all the stuff you've taken these last 14 months? Well, I have took a lot over the 14 months, but I knew that I would return. It was just a matter of time. Getting back in there, getting the championship fight again. I knew that I would return back again with a title. What was your plan for this fight, and how did your plan go? My plan went over very well for me. That was my plan to come into this fight and strictly box the man and work off the left hand.